Hey everybody, and morning to everybody here. I hope you guys are doing well. We've got a few things in the house to talk about today, of course, and Bitcoin hitting 30K. I mean, pretty amazing, really. Actually, a punch right through it. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin at the moment. Obviously, we've got a lot of TradeFi coming in, so traditional finance and BlackRock ETFs and all that sort of stuff. So Deutsche Bank, so some of the big traditional money coming into the system, and of course, channeling a lot of other institutional money as well. So Bitcoin's on the move. Interesting though, there's pros and cons to it, of course, and we will find out all that in time. But in any case, we're going to cover all that. Obviously, we're going to get into Pulsechain updates for the prices. Now we're going to talk about several Pulsechain projects. We're also going to talk briefly about the rug pull yesterday with GPLX. And then, of course, we're going to get paid at the end of the day. Hex daily payout. We're going to talk about that too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into it. We've got a couple of people here already. My studio's not quite doing its thing, but there we are. Where's my comments section gone? Where are all the comments gone? My comments have all disappeared. Where are the comments? I've lost all my comments in my studio. I don't know where they're gone. Hello, comments. I can't see the comments. Let me know if everything is okay. It looks like it pretty much pretty crazy, but let me have a look here with new comments. Oh, there we are. They found the comments. Yay! They disappeared. I'm not sure what I did there, but hey, just the way it goes. Well, we got Archipelago in the house there. Hi all, good to see Archipelago. We got seems to have been a good day in the office. Yeah, let's pull it up actually. Bam, there is the markets at the moment. Look at Bitcoin looking pretty good. $30,117. ETH at 1,895. So looking very good indeed. Who else has jumped in here? Hexforce One. Hello, Superman and Hexkins. Good to see you, Hexforce One. Good to see you. And we got Brendan as well. Morning, folks. Harry Williams too. Yo. Hello, all Pulse Hexkins. What is up? Super. Good to see you. Prices are up. That's probably the one thing I can say. Who else has jumped in here? We got Rango. Good to see you, Rango. Detached Soul as well. Yo. Joshua Hill is in the house. Charity Dunning as well. Good to see you, Charity. Hello to you. We got Crypto League as well. Hi. Good to see you as well. I'm not sure where those ones are coming from, but we've got a couple of other comments in here. So kind of cool. Who else has jumped in here? Let me have a look at the scroll here. Yeah, it's different. I don't know where those comments are coming from, but they're coming in from somewhere. Good to see everybody here. We've got Katie as well. Good to see Katie. Where's Katie's comment there? I'm just having a look on the YouTube. Hello. Is that the one? Yeah, we've got quite a few comments in my chat here that I don't know where they came from. Anyway, morning, Superman and Kiwi Guru says UFO. Good to see you as well. We've got Smog as well. So this coming up here is this. Yeah, okay, that's mirroring. Smog is. There's some extra comments in the comments chat, and I have no idea where they come from. Brendan says GPLX went to 0. Yeah, we're going to briefly talk about that later on, and just give a final sort of update about that. What else we got going there? We got Smog in the house there. Good morning, Hex Token. I see green candles and I tune in. Nice one, it's Smog. That is true, actually. A lot of people do that, right? If the market's all green, the prices are up, people are all out and about. When the prices go red, everyone disappears. It's like, what the heck happened? Ghost town. But yeah, definitely it's human behavior, I guess. Genuine in the house as well, tuned in. Good morning. Good to see you, Genuine. What else there? We got Briz as well. Hey, family. Good to see you, Briz. Briz as well, doing some good stuff there on Matty Allen's channel. Part of the regular crew now, along with, Toby Wan and Crispy Man. Hats off to you, Briz. Sandy Beach as well. Hi, Hex Token and everybody. Good to see you, Sandy. Blockfish King as well in the house with all the emojis looking good. And who else there? We got Camera Guy. Hello, late night from UK. Is it UK? Hey, welcome. If you're from the UK, big welcome to you. We got DJ as well. Good morning. Good to see you, DJ. And welcome to the Green Party. We've got enjoying this Green Party for sure. We got Crypto League as well. Crypto. Anyone else? Is anyone holding 200 million Pulse? A good bag. Yeah, that's a pretty good bag. I'm sure that's going to prove out pretty well in the future. Archipelago just gave out 5 Hex Token memberships. Grab those while you can. Go Pulse Hex Win got one. Plus Hedgehog and Joey Torres. What's Toxic Hedgehog taking up a membership? We got Andy Q as well, and Check My Pulse. Go check my pulse as well. So congratulations, all 5 of you there. Big shout out to Archipelago for shouting those out. Those memberships, pretty crazy, but cool. All right, who else we got there? Detached souls, is it just me or is this there a lag? Well, I thought there might be an issue. I was having an issue with my comment section, so I'm not sure whether there's a lag today. Hopefully it's not too bad. What else we got going? I think that's it. So let's get into it, eh? Let's get into it. We've got the prices looking pretty good here, as we say. What else is looking pretty good here? Just pretty much all of it. ADA's looking pretty good, up 7%. Litecoin up 6.4%. AVAX up 7.5%. Even Neo snuck in here somewhere, up 10%. Sorry, 10% there. $8.95 on the old Neo. Looking at Uni's up 5%, $4.79. The Link is up 6%, $5.57. Remember back in the bull market where Uni was up like $26. So we'll see whether we get there in the future. Those are some of the headline prices there as well. So obviously being spurred on by the traditional finance coming in, and these ETFs looking pushed through. So if we have a closer look at Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin price at the moment. And we've got a couple of lines here. So these are averages, EMA averages, exponential moving averages. And we've got the blue line is the 200-day. That's really one people look for sort of that longer term price support or resistance. And as you know, we are above it. We had a nice little golden cross back here on the February the 17th with the EMA. The yellow line is the 50-day EMA. And we had a little golden cross there, and it's turned out to be quite nice. And here we are punching out through here on the the news of the ETFs, things like that. So looking pretty good here. This was just after we had the Fed Reserve not do a pause in the interest rates as well. So it's tending out to be quite good. So this dotted line, this green dotted line here is 30,500. And if we zoom right out for Bitcoin back to the old bull market, the double tops there, we can see that we've kind of got this this resistance area, the support area, and this is what we're looking at here, trying to get over this level, 30,500. If we can stay over there for like 5 days or so, that could be pretty bullish, right? Pretty bullish for the price. And of course, we've certainly got the fundamental news. Now we just need to consolidate this chart here and get into bull market territory. That feels like the divide there, that $30,500 feels like the divide between bull and the bear. And we've kind of been in this gray zone at the moment in here. So let's see how we get on there. We've still got Richard Hart's 11K and Prey down here. Still got Richard Hart's 11K and Prey. Still got El Capo Crypto's 12K. We'll see whether that does actually ever come back. But at the moment, we're looking pretty, we're about to have a turning point. We're not quite there yet, but certainly a pretty good day in the office. Let's zoom in on this price a little bit more. We can see that today's candle so far is the top of it. We punched all the way through 30,000 to 30,800. We're currently at 30,143, which is pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. And as you can see, we've got about a 6.6% increase in the price. So that is pretty cool for the old Bitcoin. Now, obviously, I always see Bitcoin like the ocean, and all the other cryptos like ships on the ocean. Sometimes there are big ships, sometimes there are little boats. So yeah, it's kind of but Bitcoin, the ocean lifts up higher, and kind of all the ships lift up as well. And of course, if we can get enough consolidation in Bitcoin, enough momentum to the upside, then we could move from Bitcoin season into altcoin season. And of course, we know that we're in Bitcoin season at the moment. We looked at that the other day. So let's see if we can have a turning point here and surprise the market to the upside. That'd be great. We still got about 5 weeks until the next Federal Reserve meeting as well. We know that they talked about taking the terminal rate up to 5.6%. So, we're at 5.25 at the moment. Obviously, that's going to be, I think, really bad for if they do decide to do that. Hopefully, it's just going to be a bit of a bluff. There's not a lot of data coming out in between now and then. And, we'll stay at 5.25. Not because for crypto, but more for the property market and how that will affect the real economy and then flow back into financial markets that way. So we'll see. But at the moment, bullish news. We've kind of been having a pretty good dream run. I mean, if you look at the beginning of the year, look at this. This is the beginning of the year here. Look at that right there. That's where we were at the beginning of the year, right there. Isn't that amazing? So at the beginning of the year of 1st of January, was it? We were sitting around about 16,600. And since the beginning of the year, Bitcoin is up 81%. So the ocean is up. It has risen about 81%, which is pretty cool. And of course, we've been up even slightly higher than that, 86%. If you take out the top of the candle, very, very cool. But yeah, we want to get over this green line, in my view, and we want to consolidate over here. And then we can sort of start waterfalling back up. That'd be pretty cool. And maybe start to head towards 40K. Let's say 40K and pray instead of 11K and pray, 40K and pray. That's definitely possible. All right, let's see who else has jumped in the chat here. What else? That's what else we got in here. Brendan says no lag for charity. What else there? RH coins will be your best bet, 100%. So obviously RH coins are the max strategy of this channel. We do it every single day. Normally lies beneath us in the house, or Wookie, you might put it in there. But Pulsex, Hex, and what's I say? Pulsex, Hex, and the incentive token for the win, 100%. So if you do nothing and then just if you back Richard Hart's, then we call that the golden standard of crypto. So that's all you really need. Now, obviously, people like to they have those in their wallet, but they also like to play. People like to play in other projects as well. So if you're going to be doing that, generally, I suggest looking for the top tier utilities. They're still to launch. They haven't launched yet on Pulsechain. We're waiting for the liquid loans, the power cities of the world, the big top tier. They're still to come. So some people are doing that. Some people are sacrificed for those projects, and so that's kind of the options you have there. So there might be, I don't know, there might be 5 or 6 projects that are in the top tier projects, and then then there's everything else that sort of goes down the risk return rank there as well. All right, facts says Brennan about RH coins, 100%. We got Neil for T-shares in the house there. Hey everybody, good to see you as well. Oh, there's Wookie. He's in with the alpha there. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLXX, and the center for the win. Yeah, I don't know. Are we supposed to add the checks to that? It's not a Richard Hart project, but checks there combining EHEX and PHEX together. That is definitely out and about. People talking about that from the Maximus team. Charity Dunning says, I think we are in the start of the next bull. I think that's like I say, we've got to get over that 30,500, get some consolidation. And I think that we may be laying the foundations for that. That definitely is possible. And not so much because of money printing, but because of the traditional finance coming in to the space and pumping in money, channeling in money from the traditional world. Remember, crypto is a very small market, right? Very small market. I mean, we're only over $1 trillion or so. So there's a lot of work to do there. Very small by world comparison. So a lot of capital can flow in for traditional finance. That would be pretty cool, even if it's a couple of percent. Stook says, aren't BlackRock behind Grayscale? No, Grayscale is by itself. Grayscale's also tried to get an ETF, but they've been failing to get an ETF. And they're probably the biggest player holding the most Bitcoin, right? So yeah, that's been an issue. But it's funny. It just depends on who you are, right? If you're one of the globalist companies like BlackRock, seems like you get preferential treatment there. So yeah, just the way it goes. That's what I said about being pros and cons to having the big BlackRock coming. Yeah, it pumps money in, but number 2, it ends up controlling more of the market. So good morning, Superman. Pro Hexa is in the house. Good to see you too. BTC is forming a nice staircase. There's Brennan. Brennan's one of our TA gurus and moderators in the chat there. A regulator, Crypto says, can't wait for CST to go live. Me too. We're going to get up to that later on. That's our first topic for today, are the Pulsechain projects. Robbie in the house as well. Woo! LFG markets are off. Yeah. What else there? PLS burn is updating right now. Okay, cool. Well, we're about to go to the PLS burn in a second. It also forwards me to gopulse.com. Oh, interesting. What else we got going in here? Precise says, I also noticed the dollar amounts came off accrued interest website. Okay. Robbie says, no adding checks to the team. We buy Hex to use it for functions. Its functions, says Robbie. No adding checks to the team. And we buy Hex to use it for its functions, indeed. All right, let's jump over to the Pulsechain. So obviously, crypto is doing pretty well. This is really, I mean, we couldn't ask for much better, right? This is great. What's the alternative, right? The alternative is the market's going the opposite way. going down to, down to 11K and pray straight away or something. But looks like we're having a reprieve. I know some people like to see the markets go down. If you're a shorter in the market, you like that. But most people like prices going up and to the right. That's better for your portfolio. All right. So we got PLS there is at the moment we're on PLS burn. Let me refresh this since Bruce said there was some updates going on here. What do we got there? So we're on day 40 at the moment, right? So day 40, we're about to close that. We're about to start day 41, probably in about 15 minutes is my guess. So we're on day 40, ending day 40 for Pulsechain launch, which is not too bad at all. We're still in price discovery phase, and here we are with Pulse at the moment, 000108. This was actually, I think, even higher yesterday when I was before I tuned in for the evening. It's up 3% for the 24 hours. It's 8% above the sacrifice price. So still just finding its place, but the market's looking pretty bouncy. And maybe once Bitcoin sort of consolidated a bit, we could see Pulse start to move as well. What else? We got the burn under 34 billion, still the same, right? About maybe 3 billion of that is from the EIP 1559. The rest of it's from the Pulsechain validated team exiting. Remember, 4,096 validators exiting there. We got Pulse X there at 000406. Dramatically below the sacrifice price, of course, only 40%. So law convergence psychologically, one might presume that there's plenty of profits to be made out of there as it heads towards the sacrifice price. Obviously, nothing is not financial advice and all that. We've got the ratio at the moment. Wow. Really weakened off overnight compared to Pulse. 1 to 2.67. As you guys know, it's been pretty much sitting around about 1 to 2.54, and now it is at 1 to 2.67. So with your Pulse, you can buy more Pulse X at the moment. It's got 0 apparently on the change in price here on the 24 hours. So I'm going to refresh that again, but that's what it's saying there, 0% change in 24 hours at the moment. So presumably that's correct. And but the burn, Brazology, get out there on your Twitter. Sandy Beach, get out on your Twitter. We've just hit 170 billion burn on PulseX. So just smash that out. Anytime this thing reaches a new milestone, it's like something to spread out. So pretty cool. We're at 0. What's it saying here? 0. What? I've got the OA in there, right? Yeah, I have. Let me exclude the OA there. Let's see. Yeah, okay. 170. So we've got 0.8% as well. So not only we hit 170 billion burn, but we're at 0.809%. 0.809%. So we're hit 0.8 of 1% has been burned out of the public supply. And this is really bullish. And I'm excited where PulseX will go, especially once we start getting these bigger top tier utility projects launching on Pulsechain. I'm very excited about that. So cool. Now, if you are going to, I'll talk about that a bit later. I think I'll talk about that later. So anyway, we've got the incentive token at the moment. It is down, continuing to shed the ratio. So the ratio is down to 110,857 pulse per incentive token at the moment. In terms of price, it is down 3%, $12 there. We now have 3.4 million incentive tokens in supply. And of course, that started off from 0. That's the summary there. Hex has been doing pretty well, I thought. When I tuned in for the evening last night, it was very nicely moving up there. Today, it's still looking pretty solid. Oh, we're under maintenance. Try to refresh in 60 seconds. Oh, well, we're under live maintenance there. I guess what the Priz was teasing. But hey. Just the way it goes. We'll come back to it in a second. We've got 60 seconds to wait, folks. We've got a little refresh going on there live here on Hex Token channel. All right. Oh, they've changed the name there. Briz is right onto it. They've changed it to gopulse.com. So we're having a few little changes going on here. Who else has we got jumped in the chat here while I'm waiting? What else there? We've got Property View in the house. Hey, Property View, good to see you. Great show as always. Best crypto channel on YouTube. I appreciate that, Property View. Thank you very much. And Sandy Beach says PLS burn is now GoPulse. Right. Yeah, definitely. I see the URL name change there. Yeah, 170 billion burn, 100%. Get out there, spread the good word. It's a good way to build up your profile too on Twitter, giving the info updates. People like those. No one loves to buy and burn more than me, says Brennan on the old PulseX. Yeah, indeed. That's awesome. It is very, very cool indeed. Archipelago says PulseX is such a steal right now. When single-side staking launches, I could see the Pulse PulseX ratio snapping back quite a bit. Me too. Me too. I agree with you on that. All right, we're waiting for that to update. In the meantime, let's go to the charts. We'll come back to there. There's a few more topics we normally talk about on that with our overview of Pulsechain. But let's go into the Pulse price here. Now, on the trends here, Brendan, let me know in the chat your opinions on this. But on the trends here, it looks like we're really broken out here. Instead of having a nice third waterfall wave down, we've looks like we really have broken out of these resistances here and looking quite good. So yeah, let's see where this goes to from now. We've certainly got a very good crypto environment now with Bitcoin breaking out. We'll be watching how Pulse moves as well to the upside. Looking pretty good in my view for a slow creep. We're still in price discovery phase. You know, those first 2-3 months, still price discovery phase. And yeah, we'll see how we get on, go there. Now, obviously, once we get some of our top tier utilities to launch, they'll have probably a pretty good launch, but they've got to ramp up as well, right? So they launch and they have a big, everyone's excited, but they've got to have a ramp up in users, right? Volume needs to flow into those dApps, and that's going to flow back into Pulsechain and PulseX. So I sort of taken to another month for that, right? So another month wrapping up there. So I really have month 4 and 5 being a real sort of early takeoff phase, subject to the markets, what's happening in the markets. But I think that's really probably what's going to happen here. We've got Pulse at the moment. PulseX, sorry, is also breaking out too with the range. So looking good on PulseX. Obviously, they're all bonded together, so it's looking kind of similar. But at the moment, if you want to get back to the sacrifice price for PulseX, we've got a 148%, so basically 150% sitting in there. This seems like easy money, if you ask me. Obviously, not financial advice, but that's just my opinion. Just sitting there, the law of convergence, that psychological thing that the market will want to go back to sacrifice price at some stage. And of course, we expect it to go well beyond that. But in terms of easy money, seems like there's 150% sitting there. So anyway, we'll see how we go. And like, yeah, if we do one-side staking pools and other stuff like that, and other farms could get really bullish too. Anyway, we've got the incentive token there just shedding the price in terms of the ratio. So let's have a look at that. That's not changed, right? So this downtrend in the incentive ratio, Pulse to incentive, certainly still going down there. Now, obviously, we're having bigger days. These probably bigger days reflect when we see some of the markets move like Bitcoin. So we have that relativity thing. So people go, oh, Bitcoin's moving up, so I'm going to sell some of my incentive token, get some Bitcoin or something like that. Maybe we're getting a bit of that sort of stuff going, or Ethereum or something like that. So it could be getting in that sort of ratio trading going. So we're at 110,000 today. The top of the line, we were up at 112,000. We're at 110. So like I say, we seem to be, excuse me, shedding about 2,000, pulse a day on approximately. So yeah. But the APIs are still looking pretty attractive, regardless on PulseX. So not bad there. Let's jump over to EHEX here. Sorry, PHEX is PHEX, so Pulse Hex on Pulsechain. We're at the price at 1.412 cents. But like I say, we did have quite a nice little move up here, and we got up to 1.5 cents on Pulsechain overnight. We're only just below that now, and this is looking pretty good. It's sort of slowly creeping up here. It seems on the old Hex. I'd like to get over 1.5 and start moving above that because we've been to 1.5 twice now. You can see here back here on the 17th and now on the 21st. It'll be nice to see that too. And then we're going to go to EHEX. EHEX there had a pretty good day in the office too. If we zoom in here a little bit there, EHEX got up to just over 1.03 cents. So that was pretty cool. Now we were in Discord yesterday when we were watching GPLX and other things. We were doing further research and stuff. And we watched Hex go over to 1 cent. So that was pretty cool. And then it's back down here, 0092. So just over 9/10 of a penny there. So we're watching that too. So momentum seems to be pretty friendly regarding that. So it's pretty cool. Let's go back to our summary here. So if we add up Hex here, we've got 1.41 cents on PulseX. And of course, we combine that with EHEX or Hex on Ethereum. We've got 2.34 cents, which is pretty cool on that as well. Let's just jump to the validators. That's under maintenance. The Velo is under maintenance here. We haven't got up to that page. How did I get back that refresh? I did get the refresh there. But anyway, they've changed a few things around here. Let's see if we can go to validators. Can we do it? You can. Yes. All right. So validators here. We've got 622.6 billion is now staked with validators, and we got 19,456 validators in the market at the moment. The APR is 23.6%, which is pretty good. I mean, I really do like these validating APRs here for Pulsechain. And if you're bullish on Pulsechain, then the extra yield is going to be fantastic. So also, this is a big supply sink. And if you add that 134 billion Pulse plus 622, I think we're sitting about 5% of Pulse is actually supply synced now. Now we've got liquid loans coming too. I'd be really interested to see how much Pulse goes into liquid loans. It's going to be pretty fascinating. I do have high hopes for liquid loans. Obviously, the biggest sacrifice project outside of Pulsechain and Pulsex, over $50 million, and be interesting to see that as well. Looks like we've got a lot of maintenance going on here, so we might skip away from that and get into the big news of the day, which is Coast. Coast to Coast is in the house. So yeah, Coast to Coast is doing very, very well. Brennan says resistance on horizontal trend line at the moment looking strong. And for Pulse and DAI, yeah, Pulsechain, yeah, so that's from Brennan there. Neil says until PLSX has some use cases, we'll probably stay low. Once single-side staking or DAO voting occurs, we might see a jump in that from Neil. Nice insight there, Neil. And Chad says PLSX will surprise us over time. It will run to catch up. Indeed. All right. Now, the big news today, of course, is part of the vertical creation of Richard Arts, and that is the stablecoin and for Pulsechain. And it looks like a good chance that Coast will be first. Maybe Liquid Line second and Power City third. That's kind of the rankings. Let's see how we go with that. This is based on the information we have at the moment. So news from Stoic there says that the flow of funds allowing users to mint and burn CST, that's going to be the name of the stablecoin, on Pulsechain has been approved by the compliance department at our banking partner. And CST will go live on Pulsechain as a one-to-one fiat-backed stablecoin. So this is awesome. So we're going to have one fiat model, which is the Coast one, so the stablecoin. We're going to have two liquidity forks, at least, which will be Liquid Lines and Power City's Earn protocol. So really cool. Two different stablecoin models, native to Pulsechain, which means we won't be reliant, on USD Tether, USDC, DAI. We won't be relying on those. It's great to have them, of course, because obviously they're a huge part of our valuation at the moment. Stablecoins enable DeFi. But having our own native stables is going to be very, very cool and protects us as well. So it's going to be fun to see that. There's always arbitrage opportunities too for market participants. So that's going to be good too. But yeah, fiat on-ramp, this fiat one's going to be really exciting. We talked about people already using the Coast beta version on Ethereum. Get USDC. We played video yesterday of Crypto Coffee and a couple other people's testimonies about how fast that is and how good it is. I think even Archipelago in our chat there has posted stuff about that. So very, very exciting to see that. So this is huge news. And, this is part of Richard's vision of a vertical integrated ecosystem with Pulsechain, Pulsex, and, of course, a fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, and, of course, with this, it brings us a stable coin as well. So I think that's really, really powerful. So looking good, folks. Big news, and there's nothing holding that back. So I guess they're going to be as soon as we can. So kind of cool here. Coast will go live on Pulsechain as a one-to-one fiat-backed stablecoin as soon as we can deploy the contract and front end. So they'll be working on delivering that. And they did say that they were hinting at sooner than later. Looks like we're going to have Pulsechain sooner than later. Very exciting to get a stablecoin. So cool. Now, you can already use their platform, of course, to get USDC on Ethereum. It's very easy. There's no middle person there. You're not having to wait for a week like if you use, I think, Coinbase and stuff like that. You have to wait for like a week. You don't have to do that here. It'll just come through, and there's no limit to what you can push through as well. So it's very, very cool. So maybe you'll be able to access some of those price opportunities. So kind of cool there from Coast. So I'm going to post that in the chat there if you want to, spread the word. Because I think that's pretty good news. So you don't get much better news than that. So there's the tweet there. All right, that is that. We got Hex Enthusiast as well. Say g'day to my boy Calvin that's cruising in the ute with me. G'day, Calvin. I hope you're doing well. And have a great day. That's all I can say. Was that rhyming? Did I rhyme that? I don't know. It's pretty close. Coast, let's go. 100% there, Kristen. It's doing pretty well. So great news there from the Coast team. What else? We've got a few other things, of course. We've got the big three DeFi's coming. We've got obviously the famous team, the Fiat, and their forks. They're going to be forking GMX. They're going to be forking obviously Aave with the Fiat one, and of course a balancer as well at the very least. So they're bringing a lot of top TVL protocols, and hopefully they'll grow and grow and grow over time. But obviously we've got the other two big projects, Power City with their whole ecosystem of dApps which are coming, and to Pulsechain, and of course liquid loans as well. So those are the three big DeFi's. But we obviously talk about the big three NFT projects as well. We've got How to Pulse with the NFT marketplace. We've got obviously Power City's got one on theirs as well, and then we've got Mintra as well from Gerardo. So we've got the big three NFT marketplaces that are going to be native to Pulsechain. That obviously excludes any other NFT platform like OpenSea or something coming. But these are the big ones. So NFT on Pulse, which has done education for the last 2 years, has got their they've got a sacrifice on at the moment. NFT on Pulsechain has everything you need to explore, discover, and connect with the global NFT community on Pulsechain. Join the NFT discussion on Telegram, and of course they've got their sacrifice project open at the moment, so people can participate in that at the moment. So let's have a quick look at where they're at the moment. They've got a sacrifice, howtosacrifice.com. So this is their website at the moment. So what are they up to at the moment? They've got their sacrifice coins, and the token that they'll be issuing is the HTP. So you'll be able to stake that and earn the fees. Earn PLS by staking your HTP token on NFT on Pulse.io. Now they actually have, pretty sure they have the biggest community. They've been obviously doing education around Pulsechain for about 2 years. And there's 44 days and 9 hours to go in the sacrifice process, so it's still a while to go for this. But you got your top leaderboards here in terms of sacrifice. Top person at the moment, 97,298. Number 2 is 10,267. And they got some bonuses in there as well. It's kind of cool with the sacrifice phase. What else? I'm just going to look through some of that. I thought we had they've taken away the dollars. Oh, no, there's the dollars. So we were looking at them, I think, yesterday or the day before. They were 122,000. They're 132,000 at the moment. And this is actually pretty low for a top tier team with to be launching a project. So, yeah, definitely a good one to get into. Obviously, not financial advice. Always do your own research, all that sort of good stuff. But that is looking pretty good. And, of course, the thing I like about this, you guys know, I always like ones that have big communities. And, of course, How to Pulse has one of the biggest in terms of their following. So that's a good start, isn't it? And they're always great with they're always branding is always fantastic with Pulsechain. And of course, very, very excited there. Warris, of course, who works for Liquid Loans now as their growth manager, used to be here with the How to Pulse as well. So that's kind of cool there. What else are we going to say about that? I'm going to post the link to How to Pulse if you want to check it out in more details. This will probably be one of the top 3 NFT marketplaces. We're going to see who's going to be first to market. Is it going to be Mintra? Is it going to be NFT on Pulse? I mean, they're still 44 days away. Or is it going to be Power City's NFT market? We'll see. Power City's already indicated they might try and get there early because they understand, whoever moves first have the advantage. But maybe Mintra might come out first. They've had the audits complete. Maybe Mintra might make it first. It's going to be fun to see who gets the kudos and I guess that first mover advantage in the NFT marketplaces. So it's kind of cool. So that there is the How to Pulse team, NFT on Pulse. All right, let's jump away to Halgo as well. Halgo is out and about at the moment. This is obviously related to Hex, so they're still ticking away there. 26 days left in their launch phase as well. Halgo is deflationary, no minting after launch. So that is sort of ticking away at the moment. And people can participate in that also. Now, I haven't been overly promoting Halgo, but obviously they're trying to help with the Hex there. Now, you can decide. Now, I haven't checked the security or immutability of these contracts. They seem to have a reasonable reputation, but once you can do your due diligence. 2 hours ago, apparently they had 22 million Hex deposited so far. So it's sort of slowly turning around there. They have little animals with the goats and stuff like that on Halgo. So we'll see how that one goes as well. So that is Halgo. I'll post that in the chat there if you want to check it out. Remember to always do your research there. Now, Pulse Police do have Pulse Police on Telegram. We've got those in our useful links on the Pulsechain projects. They do check a lot of these contracts if they're out and about, or at least give you an assessment. But once again, it's always good to use a DGN wallet on these smaller projects. So there it is. That's Helgo. Post it in the chat there. Let us know if you guys know anything about those. And I think some other YouTubers have been covering Helgo. I think there's a bit of content out there on that one if you want to find out more. What else we got going on here? Let's have a look down here. We got Tintop in the house. Hey, Tintop, what's up? Good to see you, Tintop. Mecca says, I think the lack of promotion, that's why SAC is low. That's my opinion. I would agree with that, Christian. But I've probably been talking about them more than anybody, so it's pretty kind of funny like that. Is there any news or timetable of PLX single size stacking? Well, we knew that wasn't going to be out straight away, so there's really no timetable pro-hexa on that. So question mark. But we knew it wasn't going to be out in the first few weeks, and it certainly has played out that way. That's probably all I can say about that. So that is Helgo. Let's move on. Pulse Punks, of course. If we've got NFT marketplaces, we need NFTs, and Pulse Punks has led the way. Now, the Pulse Punks over the last 24 hours has been pretty good. There, obviously, they've minted out the 10,000. We talked about that yesterday, so you can't mint them anymore. You have to. The only way you can get them is buying them on market. There have been 405 Pulse Punk sales in the last 48 hours. Obviously, that may be during, before, and after the minting, I guess. And of course, I say people are enjoying our zero free marketplace. Well, that was an error, of course. I meant to say zero fee, not free. So no fees on that. Sales volume 2.66 billion so far. This is total, of course, not for the 24 hours. Royalty there, 148 million Pulse. And of course, you can have some fun there at Pulse Punks now. We were going to be following this one because I think this is the first big one that's launched pretty successfully. And of course, I like the tokenomics. I like the setup. It's nice and simple. So you can't mint them anymore. So if you go to mint page, the minting is gone. You can only buy on the mint mark there. You can check the rarity page, which is page number 2. That will show you how rare one of these are in terms of their ranking by their traits. They've got all these traits like hair and eyes and their type, of course, whether they're an alien or an ape or a female or male. Or a zombie or something like that. So different types of characters there. You've got the number 1 at the top here, and then you got number 2. So you've got the ranks there if you want to see what rarity is. Got the ranks there all the way through from number 1 to number 10,000. And of course, you can go to market if you want to buy and sell them. That's the only way you can get them now. Interesting tokenomics at the moment still. 10,000 items, 1,100 owners. So we're going to be looking at the change in ownerships over the months ahead. And of course, the floor price at the moment, it cost $1 million to mint one, but the floor price is actually below $1 million at the moment. So it's 849,000. When the 10,000 got sold out, the floor price was 650,000. So it has gone up since then, about 50%. But yeah, it's still some of them you can still get below the mint price, which feels kind of crazy. But how long will that last? We'll see. The other thing, of course, is the best offer at the moment is 20 million. 12.3% of the 10,000 items or NFTs are listed at the moment. The rest of them obviously are not for sale at this stage. There's been, if you look at the overall statistics, 1,800 sales so far, 2.68 billion in sales volume in Pulse. That's Pulse. And the highest sale price so far has been for one NFT is 102 million, which would be 102x, right? Because it cost $1 million to mint them. And you're kind of lucky whether you got a real one or not. That's kind of the way it works. So that's kind of cool. What else are we going to say about that? The way I look at it, some of these deals, I'm always looking at the rarity ones, right? So I'm looking at the rarity. And if I scroll down through here, I'm looking at some rare ones. So I'm just going to scroll down a bit further. And presumably these will probably end up being traded as well on other markets. So if you're getting out of the NFT markets and you can trade these on other markets as well, not just PulsePunk's site, which is great. But if you're trading this on, that's going to open up new audiences and potentially new demand for these. So it could be interesting to see where this goes. This being the first big collection on NFTs on Pulsechain. Yeah, it's going to be fun to see that. I'm looking at some of these as well. You can see, be looking for something that's rare. And I think they've gone. I think the ones I was looking at have actually gone. Like this one here is 8,000 here. Let's have a look here. Just going through some of these. Yes, it's basically trying to look for the rarest ones and the cheapest ones, right? So whether you can get yourself a good deal. That's probably what you're trying to do there. Anyway, so or you can try and find something that looks really cool relative to everything else, I guess. So that is kind of the play there. Let's have a look at the royalty. Royalty there is 150 million. Apparently, at the moment, if you have one NFT, you're going to get 15,000 Pulse when it gives out, when the reward pool gets distributed every year. There's 109 days left for that, so it's going to be interesting to see that at the moment. Right, so that is looking pretty good there on Pulse Punks. Let's jump over to the rug pull of yesterday. And, of course, that is the rug pull yesterday. GPLX. Now, we talked about that yesterday when it popped up. It was the latest projects. Every day we have some projects launch. This one's one launched. This is a bit more sophisticated than others. Now, this one here launched, and, of course, it got up to over $2 million valuation when we were talking about it. And then, of course, got rug pulled down here as well. Now, there's this token is pretty much dead. I mean, it says there's 1,700 liquidity still in it, but I mean, it's pretty much dead here. So it's got a lot of red flags there. Now, yesterday we saw some red flags up there. Following that, of course, Alex McFurter had put out a tweet about concerns with the contract and some functions that gave ability to, control tokens and all sorts of other stuff. So that was a big red herring. And then it was only a couple of hours after that sort of started spreading around that this got rugged out as well. So got to be careful there. Now, this was a more sophisticated. It wasn't just a meme coin launching. This was a fork of GMX and, with margin trading. And so it was a lot more clever there. Now, getting to the team. The team there, in terms of the team, put out a couple of tweets about this as well, talking about the fact that they themselves got compromised through the developers. So they have put out comments out here, whether you believe them or not, is the thing, obviously, after the big rug, saying that one of the developers had rugged the contract by making a duplicate and selling that out. So that's kind of what they're saying. They've got some controversial stuff here around Pulsechain team and the pre-tip there. And they are talking about potentially launching a version 2. And, of course, you guys know that they've probably lost all the confidence of the market by now, regardless of their excuse about the coder. Now, sometimes that is true, right? Coders, if you hire a coder, you can get rugged, and they can set up functions like that. So this is what they're arguing on their old thread here. But you can check it out if you want to go check out all the details. But that's pretty much a summary of where they're heading. They're also talking about doing a version 2 and saying don't buy version 1. Obviously, it's worthless now anyway. But they're talking about airdropping people with a snapshot to holders that have version 1. So their drama continues there. But once again, once this happens, it pretty much kills off the project for the most part, because who's going to trust it, right? Now, there is still money, from what I could see, on the actual GMX platform in terms of the liquidity providing pools. So we'll see what happens to those as well. All right. So that's pretty much it for the big rug pull yesterday. What else? We're going to get into Hex Daily Stats. I think so. Hex Daily Stats here. We are going to get into that day 1297. We're waiting for that. It's not quite out yet. So we'll have to come back to that. In the meantime, let's go back to Go Pulse and have a look at the what else they got in here. They got portfolio. No, that's still not up yet. Still waiting for that. That should be cool when that comes out. What else they got here? Bubbles. I didn't even look at this one. Bubbles. What is this one? Bubbles. Oh yeah, bubbles. Oh, nice. That's cool. So we got bubbles here. What else are we going to say about this? Let's have a look to see whether we can find any of our ones. No, I can't see any of ours. Not straight off the bat there. I must be blind, but I can't see today. A week. What is it? A week there? Oh, yeah, weeks. Oh, cool. That's kind of neat there. Accrued INC. You can see if you're farming, you can see your incentive tokens. They have a revoke as well. So some people, if you're looking to revoke tokens for Pulsechain, you can use gopulse.com, and you can revoke. I actually might post that in the chat there in case you guys want to, if you want to save that to your favorites to revoke tokens. So yeah, what else we got there? Let's just go up to the top. We've got some more comments here. Let me jump through that. Not one Wookie. It says Wookie. I'm not sure what that's about, Wookie. NFT markets are coming strong. Says, yeah, I think so. I think it's looking pretty good. I feel that NFTs can't look any way cleaner and better. It reminds me graphics on Atari. Yeah. Morning all from Andrew. Hey, good to see you, Andrew. Yeah, NFTs are tough for me. Guess I'm old, says Charity. Yeah. That's terrible about the rug pull. Yeah, it was pretty bad, eh? Yeah, Christian says shame. Yep. RH Devs, yeah, FTW, 100%. Christian says, not for me. They can keep their GPLX 1 and Vision 2. Lol, says Christian, 100% on that one. I don't believe them, says Charity. Yep. And Sandy Bitch, what is that? What is it you posted there? I'm not even sure what that is. Little bubbles? Little bubbles, maybe. Cool. Katie says, tons of rugs, pulls, and scams out there. Be careful out there, people. Yeah. So when we look at a lot of the tokens, the small tokens that are launching on Pulsechain, we've covered this many times before, but they're less sophisticated. You know, just have the token itself. You know, they allow you to buy it, but you can't sell the tokens. So be careful on the projects. You really do need to get in behind the team. Don't rush into these projects as well. So, and then find out where the Pulse Police or one of the top devs has sort of said it's okay, the contract looks okay, and things like that. Anyway, you can revoke tokens on here. You can obviously select Pulsechain for revoke here, and you can revoke the contract. It's got a little video how to do that too, and that should help as well if you want to revoke those. Also, you know, if you're connected to dApps, you're a bit worried about them, then make sure you just unconnect on your wallet. That also helps as well. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's get into the Hex data stats. They're hot off the press here. Day 1297 with the 25th of June. We got the price of Hex on Ethereum at 0.0934. We got the price up 0.7%, so we'll take that. A little price increase. We got the payout is excellent today, 6.645 Hex per T-share. So another great day in the office. And the share rate there up 9.5 to 27,807. Earlier pays better, right? Earlier pays better, and longer pays better. And of course, if you can afford it, bigger pays better. And of course, with these prices, it's a lot more affordable, I guess. Although the liquidity is, not as strong as it used to be. Average mining length is 7.12 years, so we're up a little bit there on the average mining length. 39.8% in the APY, which is pretty good. Remember, the APY is for historical TCS, not just for new ones. So remember that. Liquidity in the pool, 214 million. So we're up a little bit there in the pool. And US dollars there, 260,000 and 121 ETH at the moment. So that's where we are with the liquidity. Ownership pool up 5,191. So we're back at 9.9 million TCS in the ownership pool. Where else have we got there? Let's go to the staking. 9.29% all Hex is staked at the moment. That's down a little bit from yesterday, actually. And we've got 2.2 million in Hex penalties today. So a decent day. We've had pretty low volatility during our price discovery of Hex with the fork. And we got 2.2 million today. So a bit of a jump there. Let's have a look at the current liquid holders, up 27. We're at 330,672. T-share miners down 11. We had a bit of a trend of that lately in the last couple of days. We're sitting at 120,450. And holders up 138 to 573,776. So that's kind of our numbers on Ethereum. Looking at Pulsechain, we got the price at 1.359 cents. Actually, we don't even have the day out. Day's not out there, so it probably seems to be lagged for some reason, so we haven't even got that. In any case, we're on day 1298, folks. And of course, day 40. We hit day 41 yet? Yeah, still day 40 on the old Pulsechain. We're on day 1298 on the Ethereum, and it looks like we've got nice little payouts there, over 6.5 on both chains, looking pretty good. The combined price, of course, of these is 2.35 cents at the moment. Let's see if we can get a bit of a break up to the upside, get into that 3 to 4 cent range would be pretty nice, and onwards and upwards from there. It's early days. All right. Who else is in here? FTW for the win. Super. Yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate that. All right. We got, what else we got going? I think that's it. We're up to 49 minutes. Man, this is the fastest live stream I've ever done. It's crazy. In any case, I hope you guys are enjoying it out there. It's early days, only day 40. So lots more in store as all these big top tier utilities and NFT marketplaces going to launch the next 4, I would say, next week out of 40. So another 20 to take us to 60. So let's say next 3 to 6 weeks should be pretty good, I think, where we get some of these protocols launching. We want to get the oracles out, right? So that was what we want to get out, is the oracles. And then, of course, we can get all these top tier DeFis launching as well. All right, I think we're going to leave it there, do we? We're going to leave it there, 15 minutes. This is the shortest live stream I've done for days, but that's pretty much all the news that I'm aware of. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. And of course, yeah, enjoy the pump. The pump is out there, says Arnold Schwarzenegger. The pump is out there. Is that the way it goes? The pump is out there. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, the bell. And of course, get into our Discord to continue the conversation. We've got all the links in the Discord, plus an amazing community. And have a lot of fun there as well. Take care out there as you will. Now, Brendan says, do you want to cover checks a bit, super? And yeah, I was going to, but decided not to. We might cover that tomorrow. I've just got to get a bit of time to get around that as well, because I wanted to go a bit deeper dive on that one. But I did note that yesterday, a dip catcher from Maximus did a YouTube video on that, so there's quite a detailed video on that too. But in any case, that's where I'll leave it as today. Katie in the house as well. Later on, good to see you, Katie. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Let's play out some cool, fun music on the way out. Let's do it. I do need to get a bit more of a music repertoire. But hey, who likes rap? We'll play rap. We'll enjoy it. All right, take care. Peace out.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.